So the first step in preparing for what I call beast mode is making sure you have all your cards sorted. Now this is one of my boxes with, well, this is really all that I have of unsigned left. I had about 2 of these guys and I've sent so many TTMs, they're kind of condensed. These are baseball, these are football, so I only have 2 rows, and you can see whoever that was, I didn't do much Eagles last year because I still have that big stack there. Anyway, so the first thing I did, or you need to do, I guess, is make sure all your cards are sorted into teams. So I've gone ahead and used my sorting board that I made for whatever, $2. And you can find that video in my channel. I'll link it into this one as well. But I went ahead and I sorted all my unsorted cards, and I'm going to go ahead and get them back sorted into teams here. And once I do that, I am ready to sort again by a specific team. So let me get that done, and then we'll go on to the next well, not the next video, but the next part of Beast Mode. Okay, so that's done and everything is nice and neat in my monster box. So now I need to pick, let's start with two teams that I'm going to go after first. Man, I must not have sent out a lot last year because there's quite full here. So I've done a lot of Texans, so I'm probably not going to do Texans. Let's go Rams, just because, as you know, that they're coming to LA now, so I'm going to take them out. And what else? Who else should I do? There's some Packers. I don't know if the Packers are good signers, but I know I have a bunch of friends who are Packers fans, so I'm just gonna pull those guys out. And now what I'm going to do is keep sorting, and now I'm gonna sort by player. So I'm gonna go through all these, sort by player, and then after that is where the fun starts, to start looking up and see who is traded, put them in a, you know, change what team they're in. Ooh, that was kind of a nice spin there. And then we'll go from there and start the actual beast mode. Actually, after this, I'll show you them sorted by player, and then it's time to prep all the envelopes, and that can take a while. So I'm going to show you how I do that right after I sort these guys. Now it's time to get all of my supplies ready for my sends, and that includes the first envelope, the number 10 envelope, the return envelope, number 6 envelope, I think. Yeah, number 6. Sorry about that. Next, once I have all that done, I need to actually get the sends ready, the envelope package. So I got my number 10 envelopes here, and I got my number 6 envelopes right here. I got some return labels that are ready to be stickered. I got some stamps ready to go on all the envelopes. Only have 1 roll of stamps ready, so that's only going to be about 50 cents. And I got my do not bend stamp up there. So time to make some self-addressed stamped envelope and send packages. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay guys, this is a view that you guys don't normally get to see. This is inside the office, the new office. Ooh, that's a bright monitor. So we're going to go through the next steps on beast mode, or what I call beast mode. This is my personal beast mode, and like I said, some other people may have more beast mode, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cards that I have already sorted into players and teams, and I'm going to write the letter and the form letter. I'm going to go ahead and look each player up on Star Tiger and do some diligence and see if they're still with that team or not. And if they're not with the team, I take them out and I refile them back in with their new team. So then when I go to do that team, that player's cards are now sorted with the right team. So again, here is, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is not the best way to do this, but sorry about that, got something in my throat. Basically, I start with a form letter, and I have my name and address up on the top, and the date. That could be the date that you are sending it or will send it. And then I have my form letter, and what I usually do is I have an introduction paragraph mentioning a recent game or an upcoming one, and then a little something about me. Could you please sign a card? And then a thank you. And this intro paragraph is the one that you will be changing per team. So when you switch from the Rams to the Packers, that is going to be, you'd have to actually go in there and change that from one team to another. I have accidentally left it between two different teams. It's really embarrassing. And especially when I realize later that I've done that. But that is my basic form letter that I do. And again, notice I'm typing them. Beast mode is pretty much only, you can really only do it if you type things out. And I know a lot of people don't type things out, they handwrite, which is perfectly fine. And that is their style. So what I'm going to do is for each one of these cards and each one of these players, like I said, I'm going to go through Star Tiger, and I'm going to see if they've switched teams, and if they're on the same team, I'm going to go ahead and send them the form letter, right? And then I'm going to go to the next player and do the same thing. Next player, same thing. So hopefully most of these are still on the Rams. That's the Raiders. I don't know if that's a misfile or not. And I can knock these out pretty quick. Now, I do send a maximum of 3 cards. So if there's more than 3 of a particular player, I will take the extra and again refile back into the Raiders. Now I'm saying Raiders. Refile them back into the Rams over here. So I'll go over these steps again probably at the end of the video. And but basically, I'm just going to go through these one at a time, one player at a time, make sure that they're still on the team, fill them out in my form letter, print, and collate them into the envelopes, and get ready to send. So here we go. I'm not going to show you exactly. That'd be kind of boring to show you step by step here, but I'm going to go ahead and do this stack of Rams, and then we'll come back and go over it one more time. All right, so as you can see, my stack of actual sends got really small. I had a lot of refiles back in here. So I also noticed this interesting thing on the Los Angeles Rams website. Where is it? It's in here. The Rams are unable to handle correspondence or requests for autographs through mail or email. There are opportunities during practice and training camp. Do not send memorabilia for autographs. They will not be accepted. It will not be returned. Fan mail is accepted at the business office, and I think this is a temporary business office. So it's interesting they say they will not accept any mail. So these may just cost me money. It's an experiment, I guess, and so it's one that I will undertake for you guys, just to see if something ever comes back from the Rams. So here are all the letters that I printed out, and again, I just changed the name on every single letter. I kept the majority of the letter the same. I'm not going to read my entire letter. You kind of got the gist of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to sign all these and then address the envelopes. These are my pre-prepped send packages, I guess. I think I showed you guys this, I'm not sure, but there's the return envelope inside, and these are ready to go. That's about half of what I have available to me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign and stuff and get all these ready. And so this will take care of the LA Rams. And then I found this stack here. I think those are Packers. And these are ones that I guess I didn't sort. Now, there's no way I'm ever going to get Tom Brady back. And so I'm actually starting a new box, a new monster box of things that I will trade, that I could just throw in with people when I send them things. So, because they'll never go out in TTMs, I don't want to keep these my TTM prospects. So I'm going to go ahead and, through the magic of TV, go ahead and finish these off, and I'll show you what they look like after that. All right, everybody, I am back in the other room again with my nice white table here. Here are the Rams, and here are the Packers. Now, normally I'd also do maybe one or two more teams, and so this is pretty much every card I have. Well, not every card, but every player that I have, and 2 cards max. So I did a lot of refiling, and so I could send more this season, but pretty much this will do it for me this season, because if they don't come back, I don't want to send another letter to them and look greedy or whatever. So these are my Packers and the Rams for 2016-2017. So what I usually do is I will actually take them and sort them into 7 piles, and that is so I could space out the sends a little bit. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 piles there, and then I'll just go back and send those like this. Okay, so there we go, and I'll do the same with the Packers. Just kind of, and I'll explain why I do this in a second. Really exciting, isn't it? Hey, you guys wanted a tip video. Okay, so in this one, there's one in here that I need to tape because I had to reopen it. But okay, so here's my 7 piles, and if I had another team, I'd go ahead and do that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to space out how I send these. So on Tuesday, this is Monday that I'm filming this, so today, the day you're seeing this, I'm going to send these out. And then Wednesday I'll send these out, and Thursday or Friday I'll send these out, and I'm just going to space out how I'm sending them. And that's because I don't want, let's say, 20 envelopes all getting to the same person's, the team mail person's desk all at the same time. So I want to be a little less conspicuous. So I might go 2 days between them, or 3 days, just depending on what I feel like. But that's pretty much it. You know, that is beast mode. It's a form letter. It's sending them out really quickly. It's a lot of postage, so you got to get a lot of prep done first. And it's a lot of Hail Marys, because there's no guarantee any of these will come back, and I'm not really doing the research and only sending out what will come back. I'm sending out to everybody I have, and that affects my percentage of returns. So yeah, so it also, there could be an awesome success that comes back from that too. So there's my piles there, and that is how I do beast mode. I usually do this once in the middle of, or before the season, and once during the season. Sometimes at the end of the season, I'll try to send out, you know, the same players that I sent to at the beginning of the season, and if I didn't get a return, that is. So anyway, that is what I call beast mode, and you know, your definition may be different, but I'm going to get all these ready and to send out. So again, thank you for this, watching this really long video. Really appreciate it, and hope everybody Had a giant mail day today, Tuesday, the day after a federal holiday in the US. And be looking for the book. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe to this video if you want to see more tip videos. And that should do it for today. So again, thank you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.